What would you do if a stranger treated your child like they didn't belong right in front of you? Would you stay quiet or fight back? Today's story is one that will make your heart race, your fists clench, and maybe even bring tears to your eyes. A black couple boarded a flight with their 8-year-old daughter. It was supposed to be a happy trip. But somewhere between takeoff and landing, a flight attendant made a choice that would change everything, and not in the way anyone expected. Before we dive in, let me ask you, have you ever been in a moment where you knew you had to speak up? Drop your answer in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss another story that matters. Marcus and Layla Daniels were both exhausted but happy as they boarded the plane from Atlanta to Chicago. Between the business conference Marcus had just wrapped up and the week-long family trip ahead, they were looking forward to spending time with their daughter, Amara, a bright and curious 8-year-old who loved travel more than anything. They walked down the narrow aisle, Amara skipping a little, clutching her favorite pink backpack. Their seats were near the middle. Layla smiled at the flight attendant by the galley, a tall woman with platinum blonde hair and a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "Good morning," Layla greeted. The attendant gave a polite nod, her eyes darting briefly to Amara, then to Marcus, then away. Once seated, Marcus was helping Amara buckle her seatbelt when the attendant approached. Her voice was cool, almost rehearsed. "Sir, ma'am, we'll need to move your daughter." Layla blinked. "Move her? Why? We booked these seats together. It's just company policy. Children sometimes sit in other sections for balance." Marcus frowned. "Balance? That doesn't even make sense. We're staying together." The attendant's jaw tightened, but she didn't push it, not yet. An hour into the flight, Amara asked for apple juice. Marcus pressed the call button. The same attendant appeared. Marcus smiled politely. "Could we get a cup of apple juice for her, please?" The woman glanced at Amara. "We're out." Amara looked down, disappointed. But minutes later, they watched as she handed apple juice, the same drink, to a little blonde-haired boy 2 rows up. Marcus's blood pressure rose. He leaned forward. "Excuse me, you said there was no apple juice." The attendant shrugged. "We found some." Then she walked away without making eye contact. When Amara needed to use the bathroom, Layla walked her down the aisle. But before she could enter, the attendant stepped in front of them. "She can use the lavatory at the back," she said sharply, motioning toward the far end of the plane. Layla's voice tightened. "The front one is free. Why can't she use it?" The attendant smiled, but it was the kind of smile meant to shut someone down. "It's reserved for premium passengers." Layla looked around. Every other passenger who had used that lavatory in the last hour was white. That was it. Marcus stood and walked down the aisle, every eye on him. "Is there a problem with my daughter using the bathroom right here?" The attendant crossed her arms. "Sir, please return to your seat." Marcus didn't move. "Is there a rule? Or is it just her?" Passengers shifted uncomfortably. Someone muttered, "Just let the kid go." Layla's voice shook, but it carried through the cabin. "You've treated our child differently since we stepped on this plane. And I want to know why." The attendant's face flushed. "That's not true." But phones were out now. People were recording. The captain's voice crackled over the intercom, asking for calm. When they landed, Marcus and Layla expected to be met with cold indifference or maybe even security. Instead, a different flight attendant, a younger black woman, pulled them aside. Her voice was low, urgent. "I saw what happened. And, you should know, this isn't the first time she's done it." Layla's stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" The attendant glanced around. 2 weeks ago, same route, same crew, she refused to serve a black family in the premium section. Corporate covered it up. But now, she nodded toward the phone still filming as they walked off the plane. Now they can't ignore it. A week later, the Daniels got a letter from the airline CEO, an apology, an offer for free travel, and confirmation that the attendant had been fired. But Marcus and Layla didn't post the videos for revenge. They posted them for awareness, and in days, it went viral. Thousands shared their own stories of silent discrimination. And in the middle of it all, Amara, small, brave, and unshakable, looked at her parents and said, "Next time, I'll speak up too." Have you ever been treated differently for no reason you could explain? What did you do? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you believe stories like this need to be told, make sure you subscribe to Skin Deep Stories so you never miss another one.